guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shantae, and this is where I budget my paychecks. So in my last video, I went through tracking my expenses for the last week, and then I put in my paycheck that I have over here in the month of June. And I have an overspent, but it's not really overspent. I just don't put money in these categories until it comes through, and I take it out of separate categories. But before I can budget my paycheck, I really want to switch up a few things and fix a lot of things in my categories. So I want to do that before I budget my paycheck in the next video. So I really just have to walk through this with y'all because I don't really know how to fix the mistakes that I've been making. YNAB is called You Need a Budget. It's a budgeting app that I pay a yearly subscription for. It's pretty high, but it is so helpful because as you can see in my main 4 accounts, I don't separate my money well, so it's nice to know where every dollar is actually going. And right here, as you can see, I save up every week. I save up 25% of each paycheck. I divide my bills by 4, and for each paycheck, I put it into my bills. So for example, my internet bill is $50. Even though I split it with my sister, we go half, so it's $25 for each of us. I still put the $50 in fully for me, just so one day when we're on our own, I know that I can pay all my bills on my own. Most of them I can, some of them, mainly rent, I can't because everything is getting so high right now. So I do that each month, and there is a lot of categories that I over budget. Instead of doing the exact amount, I'll probably put $2 over. For example, for my insurance bill, my car insurance, it went down a lot recently. I went down on my coverage because I don't really drive too much. My car is an older car, so I would like to get a new car instead of keep putting money into my car. It doesn't really have any problems at all. I probably will need some new tires soon, but I don't want to keep putting money into this old car. I would rather get a newer car. So I still put $125 each month because that's closer to what I used to pay for my renter's insurance. So I'm saving up a lot of money there, and I do that in a lot of different categories, but I do want to be a month ahead the way YNAB wants you to be a month ahead, which is putting the money in a few months ahead. So on YNAB, you're able to go up to 2 months ahead and then see the previous month. So now that it's June, I'm able to see June and July. I'm technically a month ahead in July, but the way I've been doing it recently has not been the YNAB way, and I would like to just do it that way. I would like to do it that way and put this extra money into savings. I don't really know how to do that off the top of my head, so I really need to work it out, and I wanted to do that with you before I go into June and change up anything. As well as being a month ahead, I want to put my June paychecks into July, and then once all my July monthly bills as well as my monthly spending, and then the new category for my pets, which will be monthly. Once those are all filled, then I can do my sinking funds, which is savings, and then also I could put all this extra money into actual savings. So I have my emergency savings, which I have my 1 month ahead bills. I have these 2 in their separate category, but I just put it into emergency savings. So I have 1 month ahead for my rent, a few months ahead, but I also want to be in a place where I'm able to pay my rent on my own. Utilities I'm pretty good at, but the rent is just on my own paycheck before adding any savings. For my regular paychecks, which is usually about $630 on the low end a week, I would really have to do some maneuvering to have the full rent on my own. And then for utilities, I also over budget because the winter months, the utilities are high. My water is a set amount right now, but it wasn't before. And sometimes gas is included or separate, so this time it's included with the light bill. So when we use heat in our oven and stuff like that, that goes with the light bill. And then I have other bills that I want to be a month ahead for. So everything that's in these bill categories, not really the subscription, the life insurance, I would say yes, but mainly phone bill, car insurance, internet. Those are the main bills. But these are also some monthly expenses that I have. I have a few more, but that usually come from spending. And I just want to have a month ahead for that. And then all of my cash spending, this extra money would go into these categories, more so my sinking funds and savings, because I would spend it a little bit more regularly. So I have savings in car maintenance, but I also have a savings for new car. So let's do this one by one. So going into May, I'm just gonna basically, I'm taking all my money out in May and putting it either in savings or in future month, which is just June. I want to say July, but I technically could have June and July, and then I could have 1 month ahead for my paychecks. I'm not sure how to do it exactly because YNABs don't let you get too far ahead. You can only go up to June. I mean, you can only go a month ahead, not much further. So let's just start because I really want to put money in actual savings instead of, there's no reason for internet I would be paying $388. So let's see how I can do this. And we're just going to work it out together. So $388.99. I paid my internet bill this month. So if I put this all to, actually, first let me go here. I feel like I need a holding category somewhere because I want to move this from ready to assign because I'm about to be moving some stuff around. I usually put it in unexpected fund. Oh snap. It says oh shit, but I don't want to be cursing too much, so I'm gonna just say oh snap. I usually put it in there. I need a holding section. I'll put it right here. So I'm gonna add a category. This might be a longer video, so let's put paycheck holding. And let's put an emoji. Let's put a bank. My computer is a little bit slow on YNAB. I'm not sure why, because it doesn't do it on my laptop. Maybe because I'm recording as well, so it's a little slow. So paycheck holding, I am going to move this. So I'm gonna add the whole check. $768.42. And I'm gonna put that there for now. And then let's see how I can fix this. So I think what I'm going to do, let me put all of this into ready to assign. And this is for the internet. Let's see what that does. So it's paid off. It has it right here. Let's see what it does to the next month. So internet is at 0. I need the full amount. The ready to assign is at the top. And then on July, same thing, but it's really, maybe I'll have to fix that. It shouldn't be too hard to fix. I would like to do it when I'm budgeting my paycheck, but I'll just do it right now because I have it right now. So let's do this. So me and my sister split the rent. So I'm gonna put her half and I'm gonna put my half just to get rid of that overspending. I think that's the only overspending we have. So it can stop giving me problems. So let's go to my sister. I should collapse all these down. So I'll do that a bit later. I don't know why this isn't green. This is green, hers is not green. I'm not sure why. So let's transfer $848.50 to the rent. And that's for the rest of the bills. And I'll wait on that, and then let's get it from mine. And I can just go up here. $848.50 is what's left, and I can cover it from rent month ahead. And going over to July, that fixes that problem, so all that money is still there. So let's go to May. So what I want to do, I think my main thing is I want to be multiple months ahead, but I want to know exactly how many months ahead I am. So for June, let's put this $50 here. And then my sister will still put her half. That's another thing. But no, I'm gonna leave it like that. So do I want to fill July? Because I still gotta budget this paycheck, and I have 1/4 of each of my bills ready to be put into July. So that's the thing. And I'm not sure how to go about that in here, but I really want to use some of this money because I can't go any further than July. So let's go to May. So I have my other bills a few months ahead. So let's put all of these down so I don't have to keep scrolling through. So sinking funds and emergency savings, that's the main things I'm focused on. I don't know why all the money is in June now and it's not showing in May, but that's okay. But I put the $50. So this is technically the internet. The internet is a bill. It's not technically technology, but that's where I will put it in. Then I have other monthly bills. So I might want to copy this and put it in a 1 month ahead bills. I should do this on my own and come back, but I want to just explain what I'm doing, but I might have to do that because I can put it in my 3 months ahead, but if I put every bill in there, I wouldn't know what goes to what for at least 3 months. Because 3 months for the internet alone would be, so it would be this month and then a 3 months ahead fund, and then I'll still be planning for June. So let me just do one at least and get the idea, and then I'll come back and explain more of what I did because I want to save up for a new phone, build up a few of these sinking funds as well as these savings. Because I had way too much in a lot of these categories. Some I probably don't have enough, others I have too much of, and I just want to. I feel like I'm not really a month ahead in my audiobook, so I'll probably just fill this in for this one. So I'm gonna just put $12, be a month ahead on that, and I'm gonna take out the extra money from May because it won't show in May. It still says $24.17 even though I put the extra in there. What else? YNAB is fine. Life insurance is technically overpaid as well because last time I only paid, I think it was less than $50 for the whole year. Not really a big life insurance. So I have $326.99. And I don't know where else to put it. I probably have to add some more saving categories. So that's mainly the idea. And then once I do everything, I'll come back and explain it more. Starting out, I deleted my 3, 6, 12 month ahead funds from my emergency savings category and made it into its own category group. Then I moved my months ahead funds into it and added some new ones. I added my rents and utilities. Then I added other bills, spending, and pets and gave them their own categories to be 3, 6, or 12 months ahead eventually. I did some rough math for what that would add up to for 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months and wrote it down in the note sections for each category. Then, taking the extra money I had in each category in the month of May, it went mostly to the months ahead fund, and I put the extra in any sinking funds and savings I wanted to build up a bit more. I'm continuing to make changes, so I'll explain more in each video as I slowly change things up to get to where I want to be and reach my financial goals. But after all my bills and spending in the month of May, I took $1,471.36 from my monthly bills category group and $2,532.16 from my spending category group for a total of $4,003.52. So after filling up all my bills and spending categories in the month of June, I added the leftovers to my 3, 6, 12 months ahead categories, then put the rest into my sinking funds and savings category. For my months ahead, rent and utilities didn't get anything extra. Other bills got $426. Spending got $991.92, mainly because of how much I had in my groceries, and pets got $180. For my sinking funds, I picked the main ones I wanted to build up and also what best fit the categories I was taking them out from, and skipped the others. New home got $100. Family events got $6.24. Tech replacement got $253.56. I made a sinking funds for my business subscriptions, and that got $148. Medical got $43.62. Then I made an unforeseen/unexpected sinking fund that got $59. I made my treat yourself into its own category group, and I plan to break that down even further. That got $200. My emergency savings, which don't have that many categories left, so I might be changing up some more and just getting rid of that, but only new car got $713.18. I put a random $400 in holdings from my groceries because I didn't know what to do with it. I'm still not fully done fixing my YNAB, so slowly but surely there'll be changes until I have what I want. Okay, I am back, guys. That was a lot. It was a lot of hesitation, a lot of maybe I don't want to do this, let's start over, let's just go back to the way it was, a lot of indecisions, but slowly I got into it. Slowly I was able to make up my mind. It might not be the best choice, but I tried my best. I really need to know where these savings are going, or it's not going to be spent, it's not going to be put into the right direction, and then there's certain things that I want that I probably will never get myself because everything seems like it's all for bills when my bills is paid up to further than 3 months. So I was just not having my money in the right places when I know I really need other stuff. So I definitely been hoarding my money, and that was one way that I was doing it. When it looked like it was for bills, it was untouchable. So I'm gonna try my best to explain what I did, and it might change up again, but I'm gonna just work with what I have now. So the main thing I did is for each category, I wanted to make sure this wasn't messing up my income, and I really don't think it was. So what I did was, all my bills are paid for the month of May, obviously. So I just took everything else out. So everything is yellow, everything is at 0, everything is paid, but there's nothing left in the categories for the month of May. And I did that for my monthly bills, and I did that for my cash spending, or my cashless spending. I put some money in sinking funds. Some of them I put more money into. I added some new ones. So for my business subscription, for my regular spending, that was saving up a bunch. So I added a sinking fund for that. I put a sinking fund for unexpected spending. So I would just move it out each month and put it into a savings category. What else did I add? I added a whole 3, 6, 12-month fund category. So I have my rent, my utilities, my other bills, I have my spending, and I put in a pet fund. So what I did was, which I didn't completely go in that direction after the fact, but for my bills, I added up for the month, as far as my categories go, how much the bills was costing me. And I didn't do it evenly because some bills had like many months ahead and some only had maybe 1 or 2. So my monthly bills come up to around $251 for everything. So I just did the math for 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. So going by these numbers, I can see how close I am to being that many months ahead, even if I put more from different categories for the monthly bills, even if I put more from car insurance, phone bills, stuff like that. As long as I have like $753 in this account, or about that much, I know I'm closer to 3 months ahead for my bills. I did the same for my spending. I spend around $390. That's the estimate I give myself. That's how much I put away. I don't spend it every month, but around $390. I was gonna round it up to $400, but it's fine either way. So at 3 months, if I have $1,170 in this account, I know I'm at least 3 months ahead and I can pay for 3 months. And I don't spend that amount every month. It's just what I put away every month. And then pet fund, that's the main thing I don't know. It might change drastically, but this is also, when I budget my paycheck, I always put like the minimum amount. So I get paid about $630 on the low end every month. That's the least I'm gonna make. For my budget, I put $600. So even if I don't make that $30, if I miss a day, I might still be good because all my bills come within that $600 a week. So for the pet, I estimate about $60. It might end up being more, but if I have at least $180, I know my pet is good for 3 months. And I don't even have the cat just yet, but we do know what cat we're getting. We're gonna get her like the beginning of July, like the 1st or 2nd week of July, we're gonna get her, and then we have to get everything for her as well. And I'll show you how much I put into these categories, but but this is the math for that. So I have an estimate. I didn't do it for the rent because it just depends where you live. I will do that when I get my house. And I just added it in the note section. So once I get my house, I'm even gonna break that down because there's a rent, there's insurance, there's interest and stuff you have to pay. So I want to break that down as well. Utilities, I didn't do the same. For both my rent as what I pay for right now, I'm definitely over saving. I pay about, let's see. I pay about $850 split between me and my sister each month, but I save $300 per paycheck. So $1,200 a month, and then if I have a 5-week pay month, then that's an extra $300. And then I can go in my budget and see where I can move money around. But so far, I'm saving $300 a month, $300 a week. So my emergency savings, I added a holding. There was an amount of money, I think it was for food, that I didn't know what to do with because I didn't want to put it in anything else. So I have a holding fund. If I ever decide that it can go anywhere else, it's just a holding because I couldn't think of where else to put it. I made a treat yourself category. So I want to break this down way more. There's things I need to buy, and having all this money in one place, I don't really know what to do with. So I'm gonna just break it down a little bit more, probably do clothing and things like that. So I'm gonna look at a few others, see how they do it, because I do like how others budget their money, and I just need a better way to organize this. Did I add anything else? The only other thing I think I added was a paycheck holding. This is how it looks for the month of May. Going into June, this is where I did the most work. So rent is paid, the light bill and the water bill, that is all in the 1 month ahead utility fund. So I have money for those. So everything else, I decided when I took the money out of the category for May, I paid the bill in full. Well, I budget the bill in full. So June, all of my bills and all of my spending is fully funded. So now when I move into July and I take my first June paycheck, I'll be able to fill it up and I'll be even another month ahead outside of my 1 month ahead holding funds. I hope that makes sense. $50 for my internet, which I only pay half for, so I'm already saving $25 over because I have to put my sister half in there. $46 of my part of the phone bill, and I only pay $42, so saving some as well. $125 in my car insurance. I only pay less than $90, so there's some savings. There's no real saving here in my audiobook. It's $11.99. I put away $12, saving 1 cent. So I'm saving 1 cent. I'm okay with that. I put in the whole payment for my YNAB. So my payment is coming up in July. It should be $109. I have $110. I'm putting $9 a month. So I'll definitely be saving on that. Let me just do the math real quick. So I save $2.50 each week. So I did $2.50 times 52, and that's $130 I save for 52 weeks because I get paid weekly. That's how much I put away. So 12 months is I divided by 4 when there's months that have 5 weeks. So there's some saving there. For my life insurance, so far it's been less than $50 for the year, but I put 100 in there just in case, and it's gonna be building up. It's the same amount for, I do $2.50 each week, $2.50, so that's gonna be $130. If I only pay less than $50, I'm saving about $80, and that can go into my medical fund, which I did do for that. Groceries, I put $200 in there just because it looks like I'm spending over, but I haven't really been. But $150 a month, I put an extra $50 in because I had about $900 in this category. Gas, I did the same because I know for a fact that I've been spending way more. So this is probably gonna have to go up, but I'm just gonna adjust my budget slowly. Household, I already paid $8.54, so I still put the full $40 in there. unexpected. I put the full $50. There was $4.26 for my credit card. So everything, I put the minimum payment. For my personal spending, I put the $25 in there. Since I have the treat yourself category that has way more, I don't really need to do too much with this. For my hair appointment, this is for my hair. So the time should be coming up where I will get a retwist, most likely around August. So I just put the extra money in there. It cost me about maybe $70, so I put that extra in there, and then I'll still be saving up. And then I put the $50 in my BS subscription, my business subscription, and I already paid the $9.99, so there's $40.01 left in there. So everything is funded. I was even able to fund my pet category fully from the estimated amount that I wanted to put aside. I don't know what my sister's gonna do. I don't know how much we're gonna spend, but it has a full $60 in that category, separated into all its parts. A lot of money, not a lot, but some money went into my sinking funds. I don't exactly remember. I recorded the whole thing. I'm gonna speed it up and put it into the video, but the changes here, I'm pretty sure I already explained. I put a lot of extra money into tech replacement. I need a new phone, probably a new tablet. I need a few things, but it can definitely wait, but I like having a little bit of extra money in here. I added the extra business subscription, so I added it as a sinking fund as well, so it's just not all holding in my monthly spending. So all the extra that I had in there, I put here. Unforeseen is just another unexpected sinking fund, so I will put any extra into the sinking fund, and hopefully it can grow and I don't have to use it, but that's what that's there for. 3, 6, 12-month fund. The rent is the same. I didn't add no extra in there. The utilities are the same. Didn't add no extra in there. The other bills, I started doing like 3 months of each categories, but like I said, some didn't even have 2 months, so I just added extra in there. So I only have $426 in here. So let's see, 251 times 2. So $502 would put me at 2 months ahead for my other bills. So this is how I would know how further ahead I am. So almost 2 months ahead. I might even move my holdings into there so I can be at least 2 months ahead and keep trying to get further and further ahead. So my spending, $390 is for the month. I am almost up to, I have $991.92. I am almost up to 3 months. Let's see how much 2 months would be. So I'm over by 2 months because it would be $780. So yeah, I'm close to having 3 months of spending in there. And for my pet fund, $180 is 3 months ahead for my imaginary math, because I don't know how much my cat will actually cost us, but that's what I put. So I put $180 in there. I can't really see where I put it from because I put everything into my ready to assign. I moved to the next month and just added it, but I just put $180 in there just in case. I know we're gonna get some big items like litter, a litter box, a cat bed, my sister said scratching cat tower, things like that. So emergency fund, didn't add anything in there. I added $43.62 to the medical fund, and I don't remember where exactly I moved it from. See, it doesn't really matter. I was able to save some in my medical fund, put a lot of money in my new car fund. So I put $513 from one and $200 from another. I wanted to go from each category from the last month, but it made it weird when I was trying to do it that way. It was weird. So I just did it this way. I don't really need to know really where it came from, so I'm gonna try to let it go. I put an extra $200 in treat yourself, and I will be breaking this down even further. And I think that is all. So in the next video, I'll be budgeting my paycheck. It was a higher paycheck than I was expecting, $768.42, and I will be putting all of that money into the month of July, and I will be putting all of my June paychecks into the month of July, so that will put me another month ahead. And I will be using this money, and I won't be using any of my month ahead savings. I don't know if I want to do that for my rent, because me and my sister split these bills, so I'm not exactly sure if I want to put my rent here and put everything else below, but I will do that in the next video and we will figure everything out. And I'm getting used to a new budget. I'm getting used to spending more. I was in a state of saving, not spending too much, keeping my bills low, not doing too much. Now I'm in between both of those. I'm trying to save. I still want to get my own home. Some people save for a car or they want to travel and things like that. I just want a home. I'm very much a homebody, so I want to put my money in where I'll be at the most, and that's my home, so I want that. But me and my family has definitely been doing a lot of things lately, and I just need to update some of my stuff. I've definitely been holding out on myself, even though I do have all this money. So I'm gonna try to even it out a little bit better than I have been. So yeah, that's the plan. Thank you for watching this video, and in the next video I'll be budgeting my first paycheck of June, and I think I'll be able to be on a regular schedule and back to a regular routine with this new setup. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.